Hey everyone, I'm Avinash Raj Singh. In this episode, we will be focusing on the enigmatic Elon Musk and his multi-billion-dollar space exploration company. In September 2014, NASA chose SpaceX and Boeing as the two companies that would be funded to develop systems to transport U.S. crews to and from the ISS. SpaceX won $2.6 billion to complete and certify Dragon 2 by 2017. The contracts called for at least one crewed flight test with at least one NASA astronaut aboard. Once Crew Dragon received NASA human spaceflight certification, the contract required SpaceX to conduct at least 2 and as many as 6 crewed missions to the space station. SpaceX completed the first key flight test of its Crew Dragon spacecraft, a pad abort test, in May 2015, and successfully conducted a full uncrewed test flight in early 2019. The capsule docked to the ISS and then splashed down in the Atlantic Ocean. In January 2020, SpaceX conducted an in-flight abort test, the last test flight before flying crew, in which the Dragon spacecraft fired its launch escape engines in a simulated abort scenario. On 30th May 2020, the Crew Dragon Demo 2 mission was launched to the International Space Station with NASA astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley, the first time a crewed vehicle had launched from the US since 2011, and the first SpaceX commercial crewed launch to the ISS. The Crew 1 mission was successfully launched to the International Space Station on 16th November 2020, with NASA astronauts Michael Hopkins, Victor Glover, and Shannon Walker, along with JAXA astronaut Soichi Noguchi, all members of the Expedition 64 crew. On 23rd of April 2021, Crew 2 was launched to the International Space Station with NASA astronauts Shane Kimbrough and K. Megan MacArthur, JAXA astronaut Akihiko Hoshide, and ESA astronaut Thomas Pesquet. The Crew 2 mission successfully docked on 24th of April 2021. SpaceX also offers paid crewed space flights for private individuals. The first of these missions, Inspiration 4, launched in 2021 on behalf of Shift 4 Payments CEO Jared Isaacman. The mission launched the Crew Dragon Resilience from the Florida Kennedy Space Center's Launch Complex 39A, atop a Falcon 9 launch vehicle, placed the Dragon capsule into low Earth orbit, and ended successfully about 3 days later when the Resilience splashed down in the Atlantic Ocean. All 4 crew members received commercial astronaut training from SpaceX. The training included lessons in orbital mechanics, operating in a microgravity environment, stress testing, emergency preparedness training, and mission simulations. In 2005, SpaceX announced that it had been awarded an indefinite quantity IDIQ contract, allowing the United States Air Force to purchase up to $100 million worth of launches from the company. 3 years later, NASA announced that it had awarded an IDIQ launch services contract to SpaceX for up to $1 billion, depending on the number of missions awarded.